Ну что, ребят, всех приветствую на стримчике по ктулху. Погнали. А, тут сложности даже нету. Ну ладно, изи будет, значит. Так, у нас главного героя зовут Эдвард Пирс, который ищет клиента. Угу. Ладно. Безумие есть благо. Богам смешны попытки людей сохранить рассудок перед лицом неизбежной смерти. Правда. Ребята, если громко, напишите, я убавлю. Если прям сильно громко. Так, от первого лица. Хорошо. Блин, мне кажется, очень громко. Сейчас я убавлю чуть-чуть. Как с ним взаимодействовать? Последуешь за мной. Бесполезно сопротивляться неизбежному. Я не буду озвучивать, наверное. Тут озвучка приятная вроде как. Лучше атмосферу сохраним. Так, а прыгать здесь нельзя. Окей. Да, озвучка тут очень приятная. Блин, жалко.
has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
Ненавижу виски. Так. Детективное агентство Пирса. Врач может сколько угодно твердить, что лекарство от воспоминаний мне больше не нужно. Но я знаю, что они вернутся, если я перестану принимать таблетки. Наверное, однажды утром я просто не проснусь. Несмотря на лечение, я снова слышу голоса в своих снах. Но теперь они новые, незнакомые голоса, словно доносятся из древней бездны. Что за безымянная тварь взывает ко мне? Сори, ребят, немножко горло болит. Чуть-чуть. Это что у нас такое? Ага. Я, кажется, понял. Логические травмы и навыки. Угу. Улик нету. Зажигалка. Моя старая зажигалка, на которой я сделал гравировку в память о 77-й пехотной дивизии, погибших бойцах пропавшего батальона.
Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it. The Wentworth agency doesn't attract top-notch cases.
Блин, жалко озвучки нету хорошей. Ну, именно русской.
Been too long since I've slept in a bed. I wonder why I still take these things.
Мне их прислали врачи, которые, когда я вернулся с войны, они клялись, что таблетки покончат с кошмарами, но в последнее время их действия ослабевают. Естественно, ты постоянно их принимаешь. Пока выключу музыку.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy. Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Вроде ничего не добавилось. А, это виски стоит. Не, ну мы выпьем. Это повлияет на вашу судьбу. Понимаю.
I'm listening.
Private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Так. И что мы будем качать? Давайте подумаем. Оккультизм отражает ваши познания в оккультных науках. Развитие этой науки повышает определительное значение происхождения оккультных артефактов, а также расширяет ваши знания о мире. О мифах. Так, ну... Психология отражает ваше понимание человеческой натуры. Развитие этого навыка повышает шанс понять мотивацию человека по его поведению или с помощью анализа различных предметов. Находить спрятанные предметы. Я, наверное, поиск бы вкачал. Ну у меня 7 поинтов, нормально. Тут много поинтов надо до следующего левела. То есть тут 2 поинта до следующего. Понял. 4 поинта до следующего навыка, получается. Ну, медицину вкачаем. Пускай будет. Ну и красноречие, наверное. Нет, силу лучше вкачать. 5 поинтов. Я понял. С 3 по 4 левел надо 5 поинтов. Со 2 по 3 4. Получается, с 1 по 2 3 поинта. Ну, а с 4 по 5 нужно 6 поинтов. Ладно. Не успел прочитать. Отражает ваши познания в оккультных науках. Развитие этой науки повышает шанс определить назначение и происхождение оккультных артефактов, а также расширяет... Все, отлично. Ну, я не знаю, нужен нам оккультизм или нет. Пока что не буду его качать. Пока так оставим поиск. Все, понял, Зарь. Понял, все, понял. Это я вслух медленно читаю.
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself
заставляет меня брать дела.
and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
I'm coming.
О, хотя бы увидели, как он выглядит.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
Нет.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes. please.
All right. I'll look at your picture.
Блин,
That's all
вот
you've
здесь бы
got.
навык оккультности
The
помог
painting.
бы.
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Так, давайте папку сначала.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
Так, транспортная этикетка. Жили на острове. Давайте посмотрим картину.
What's the symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Так,
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
интересно.
Darkwater?
Ну, на острове.
Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Больше вопросов, чем информации, которую он выдал.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right. I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I
Блин,
didn't
подожди,
expect
я
any
не все
less coming
вопросы
from a man
задал.
in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice.
Блин. Вот гад, свалил.
Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there.
Я за книжку не прокачал медицину? Нет. Странно. Подождите, 22%. Ладно.
I used to be an avid reader. The Lost Battalion. Holding your position and obeying orders. That isn't courage.
Давайте искать книжку.
Natural sciences.
вот
Dark
она.
water is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century.
Понятно, почему
It
там
seems to
китов
have
так
been
много
shown
было
since then.
в его сне. Ну или в видении.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to dark water.
Ну, вроде бы тут все. Можем еще выпить. Конечно, бахнем на дорожку. Все равно это уже повлияло на сюжет. Ну да, все, погнали. Ты немножко пропустил. Хотя 26 минут. Ну, еще ничего интересного не произошло. Вот. Видишь, начало. Только отправляемся на остров. Ай, зарево, а? Не заливай человеку, а? Че ты заливаешь? Там экшона никакого не было.
We're almost there.
Ай, зарево, а? Ну ты жук. Да, на ютубчике всегда можно в записи посмотреть. Ну и на твиче пока что.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload.
Найс порт. Доски так уложены.
Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy.
О, кита.
You know what?
Поймали.
Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood.
Опа, документики сюда.
Going for a look around the docks.
Не, просто порт так уложен криво. Я такой смотрю. Рыбак, что ли? Да, рыбачит. Понимаю. Унылая обстановка. Но это же хоррор. А я не играл.
Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster?
You've seen how old this thing is. If we force it too much, we'll break everything.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Killer whales have few predators. And there are no sharks in these waters. What creature could possibly have done this?
That's no way to treat an omen. Oh, yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble.
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pierce, private detective.
In any case, it's not very important. I can't answer that.
You can't? Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign.
Вот гад,
There's
а.
something coming. Something real big.
Подозрительная лампа стоит. Почему она зеленого цвета? Ладно.
Broken. This place seems half abandoned. The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
Нормально, я тут гуляю. Капитан как бы смотрит. Ему пофиг. О, медицинский том второй. Кстати, давайте проверим по прокачке. 22% было, сейчас 24%. То есть 2% добавило. Что-то маловато как-то. Как укол по отношению к дому, да. А вот в каюту бы я к нему зашел. Мне кажется, я бы
This
лучше за
man
бортом
and
был.
Fitzroy could be twins. What a macabre souvenir.
А, так вот, деревянная нога, кстати, человека. С чем он ее хранит? Память. Ладно. А тут завалено. Это дефолт. Это не нога, в смысле не нога? Это деревянная нога. Смотри. Внимательней. Видишь? Сейчас, может, в журнале найду эту фотку. Вот, вот, видишь? Все понятно.
This blackboard hasn't been used in a long while. Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover.
Туалет. Так. Ладно. Пускай открытый будет.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman cat.
Так, условия нашего соглашения однозначны. Держите своих людей под контролем. Не задирайте нас. Вам не по зубам и не удерживайте себя ответом на это сообщение. А, не утруждайте. Понимаю. Кто-то им угрожает. Не. Ладно.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
И чё, я их посмотреть не могу. Мне знаний, что
I've
ли, не
brought out the
хватает?
Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on
А,
the
нет,
table
вот.
next.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
Исчез. А, нет, вот он. Я думал, исчез уже.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
Работяги сидят, отдыхают.
Hey, be careful.
Нормально он его приложил. Ля какая.
Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
Зажмите, чтобы проверить красноречие.
You saw what happened. He's the troublemaker.
Oh, you're a true mainlander. A real princess. You strut around with your la-di-da ways, and then, as soon as the pressure arises, you start squealing. You don't have what it takes to drink my whiskey. You've got to earn it.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Так, понятно.
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah, well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable.
You need to see them for yourself.
Блин, она не такие
Make up
картины
your
бы
own
рисовала
mind.
на таком острове.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood then.
I've got what I need.
Anything?
Разобрался, как скипать эти диалоги.
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dockwater, when our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
Do you know where this place is?
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
I didn't expect to find alcohol. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pygmy.
Oh, yeah? That must have been before you came looking.
Oh, come on. Because of a...
Drinking it here is a privilege, and I grant the privilege to whoever I want. Anything else?
Буду гад, не хочет мне наливать, а?
That'll be all.
Какой-то ученый.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
Так, Анти. Почитаем быстренько. Нормально. Так, ладно.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night.
So long.
Так. Ну, давайте осмотримся сначала. Угу. А взламывать я пока не могу, да? Ну ладно. Я уже хотел взламывать. Это подсобка его.
What you looking at, stranger?
The clientele is predominantly male.
Tell me something I don't know.
I meant nothing by it. I'm just wondering what a woman like you is doing in this flea trap.
And I'm wondering what could be going through the head of the chump who goes to disturb her. Let me drink, stranger.
Понятно. Это... может быть.
I told you to beat it.
Мне кажется, они наелись именно тухлого кита, а не бешеного. И обезумели все. Меня вот этот вот фонарь смущает. Почему он зеленым отдает? Что там в нем заряжено? Почему все вот в зеленом? Это типа плесень? Ну, ладно, вот это вот возможно плесень, но там-то схерали. Ладно, странная херня.
What did he call us just now?
I said you were a bilge rat.
There's nothing for you here either. Beat it.
Limpet. You think we don't know what you're doing? Hidden in the fog?
Да, я заметил, что тут все зеленое. Дай пройти.
Are you stupid or what? Even your captain told you not to stick your
There's nothing
noses
for you
around here
here
again.
either.
This
Beat
isn't
it.
your home, you bunch of sand crabs.
Понятно, я тут не пройду.
We want.
Так, теперь надо понять, что делать. А, поговорить с фрицем. Погнали, поговорим. Тут все заскриптовано, то есть... Ну, окей.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Капец, он близко.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
Расследование, профессионал. Ну какой?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely.
А, наверное, надо было зажать.
From father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. Your manifests have been blacked out.
Нельзя.
They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I'm surprised Charles Hawkins had goods to store, knowing that whaling stopped in 1847.
I see that you're interested in the history of our island. Indeed, maritime activities ceased altogether at the end of the last century. I imagine that the Hawkins family had other types of contracts.
But you don't know with whom?
No, it was none of my business.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
I examined its wounds. I know of no creature able to cause them.
And I took you for a detective.
Believe me when I say that these wounds are significant.
Come. You've only just arrived on Darkwater, and already you think like a sailor.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least. The miraculous catch. Is it a...
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded.
Да, это я уж прочитал. А, ну вот, кто такая Кэт?
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
I was
скорее
looking
всего,
at
это
your
она
photograph,
сидит там.
the one of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
Это его отец и нога отца его.
Can you tell me where the warehouse is?
Look, I've already shown it to you. It's the one with the cop on guard duty out front.
А,
You
все
can't
увидел.
miss it.
Understood. I shall be on my way.
So come back.
Так, все, полицейского увидел. 1 очко опыта получил. А, вот, 2 очка опыта у меня есть. Так, что нам нужно вкачать? Что нам нужно вкачать? Давайте поиск вкачаем. Или диалоги. Вот у меня 2 варианта. Поиск или диалоги. Следующего уровня 6 поинтов. А, оккультизм вообще нельзя качать. Навыки медицины и оккультизма улучшаются только с помощью найденных предметов. Вот что надо было вкачивать, короче. Вот это ошибка. То есть надо было первыми поинтами тратить в оккультизм. И, ну, я в медицину потратился, но вот в оккультизм надо было вкладываться. Хотя бы до 2-го левела вкачать. Ой. Ладно, короче, 6 поинтов накопим, потом изучим что-нибудь. Пока все равно нету их. Проникнуть на... А, во, ребята. Освободили проход.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't at. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. I shall take...
Понятно. Ну да, тут все заскриптовано прям до безобразия. Каждое действие. Навык поиска позволяет вам искать скрытые предметы на небольшом расстоянии, когда вы найдете... Ой, я не успел. Короче, значок, когда появляется, значит, что-то тут скрыто. И я даже знаю, что.
I could use this old winch to lift the grating, but it's been completely taken to bits. There must be some spare parts amid all this clutter. A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil. It should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch.
Как зажигалку доставать? Подождите, я хочу посмотреть. А вот. Проповник.
A ratchet device. Exactly what I need. This handle will be perfect for the winch.
Я чуть неправильно поставил. Все правильно.
Looks like everything is in its
надо.
place. All that's left is to try to turn this handle. Damn, I broke it.
Ему сил, походу, не хватает.
It looks like there's a way in under this grate.
Well, well. A little mouse has got lost on our turf. You're not only inquisitive, you're also stupid. What gave you the crazy idea to come onto my turf?
Your turf? That's news to me.
For a guy who has no idea, you've been doing a fair bit of poking around. My men saw you staking out the Hawkins warehouse.
Is that against the law?
I'm no idiot, Detective. I'll tell you how things work around here. I decide who comes in and who stays out. And anyone who doesn't respect my rules, I punish them.
Ой, на время что-то.
Is your name Kat?
What of it?
Maybe we can come to an understanding.
Maybe. Or maybe not.
Ни хрена себе. Ай, больно.
Get this joker out of here. He might have a little trouble walking on his own.
Бля, как больно. Даже смотреть на это.
I'm getting careless. I didn't see that coming. If I want to get into this warehouse, I'm going to have to deal with her.
Да, меня скинули. Фига себе.
Get us into trouble.
Сейчас меня выгонят, да?
Where do you think you're going?
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
And why would I tell you?
You and I are on the same side of the law.
Oh, yeah?
You don't want to know the truth behind this case.
Are you saying our work was not up to snuff? Forget it.
I'm not here to hinder your work, officer. Edward Pierce, private detective.
Sorry, we're all a little on edge today. What are you doing here?
I'm investigating the death of the Hawkins family.
Darn it. Why do you want to drag up all that stuff again?
My investigation has led me to this warehouse.
That case was closed months ago.
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone. You again. I told you to beat it.
No need.
Понятно. Ну, хотя бы информацию выдал. Кто-то остался в живых. А вы кто такие?
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
I've never heard of this saint. Is it a local belief?
But everyone knows St. Brendan, the navigator.
He's the patron saint of whales and whalers.
What happened to the statue?
Go see for yourself. He's at the end of the jetty.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to dark water?
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Is it Cat who's shaking down, Captain?
Hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at...
That statue represents your local...
What do you mean by local?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected until those assholes defaced...
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
Понятно. Они в обломках живут. Бомжи. Какие-то.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down...
So we drink.
I've taken...
We'll see you.
Пойдемте посмотрим на статую. Что с ней сделали? Сейчас попробуем залезть в эти дома. А, в один только. Ну ладно. Как написали.
St. Brendan, patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in.
Про жителей пока ничего не будем смотреть. Оккультизм 0. По идее, должен был вырасти.
I've no idea what it said.
Исследование. А, это так сейчас злом называется, да?
Damnation. I broke it. It's no use. The padlock won't give.
Не хватает взлома. Как сохранить-то? А, вот, подтвердить. Будем расследование вкачивать.
No, if it gets out, I'll have serious problems with you-know-who.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway. Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
Gentlemen, you have a problem.
What? Who do you take yourself for, stranger?
Your boss is very unhappy with your work.
Oh yeah? You're bluffing.
She said those knuckleheads are incapable of staying at their post.
Darn it.
You think he's telling the truth?
We'll find out. Prove that you really know Cat.
It's risky to question my word. I wouldn't like you to get cut with a certain Italian knife.
Okay. You've convinced us.
And is she who sent you? What do you want from us?
I have to take a look inside the Hawkins warehouse. Leave me alone, and I'll put in a good word for you with Cat.
Okay, it's a deal.
Проваливайте. И я проник на склад. Огонь. Так, а нам сюда надо, получается. И здесь есть какой-то проход. А, здесь не забраться. Все, ладно.
Let's see.
Ну, мне опять навыка не хватит, наверное. Нет, хватило.
Perfect. Oh, this place stinks. What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
Интересный режим.
Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this? It smells as bad as it looks. Can't sleep. I know how that feels. What happened here? What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here? Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings?
Ну, вроде тут больше ничего нету. Пойдем отсюда.
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! Detective Pierce.
Поймали.
I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
Блин, у меня психология не очень. Ну, попробуем.
It's clear that you knew the victims. I'm sorry to dig up bad memories.
I can still see the poor child lying burned on the floor of their drawing room. We had to tear him off. The marks must still be there. They're in my mind anyway.
It's horrendous. I'm going to need your experience to bring him justice, Officer Bradley.
Сейчас репетицию качал.
This painting is doing here?
Да лучше не надо угрожать, блин. Еще как закинут.
I know it. It was in the
Карцер.
Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene. Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose. God damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
I thought I'd straightened you out, mister. I am disappointed, but we'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building? That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
Я не понимаю, все боятся, блин, девку с ножом. Там моряки, которые по 30-40 лет в море ходят. Они боятся просто девку с ножом. Что? Что, простите? Это так нелогично. Я не понимаю, что происходит у них на острове. Блин, ну там моряки, блин, нормальные есть. Не то, что, блин, чувак, который на таблетках сидит, я не знаю, там лет 10 и алкашкой запивает. Ну, блин, там наверняка не такие моряки.
Well, here we are. Hawkins Mansion.
Да еще те. Ну, сюжет немножко
The place has been
подкашивает. Прям.
abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
Есть вопросы, конечно.
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Да я тебе не
You're talking
доверяю.
about Winchester.
That's right. The Hawkins' old caretaker. Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, oh, he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we...
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
You won't get me to believe that it looked any better 3 months ago.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
Huh. It's really that old.
Come on, let's leave the stories of the dead alone. They've nothing to do with your case anyhow. Let's go up there. Unless...
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You manage to get something out of that bum, I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But you know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, so he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, is there anything else you want to ask me?
Пойдем,
Night
наверх,
falls
пойдем.
quickly here,
Ему все не
and I want
терпится.
to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Why not?
Right. Let's go.
Ну, особняк такой, не маленький, я бы сказал. Сейчас старик нападет. Вот прям чувствую.
Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined.
1693, ни хрена себе. Реально очень старый особняк.
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. The old caretaker must be very attached to her. The caretaker takes great care of these graves. The caretaker... Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins.
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Do you know if Charles Hawkins had any enemies?
Not to our knowledge. He was a well-respected personality on the island. I don't understand. Silas would never have let such a thing happen.
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Let's go to the mansion.
А как же могила ребенка?
Please give me a minute.
Подожди.
I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial. What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary and steal a burnt painting? I don't see Silas doing such a thing, let alone allowing it. Even that broad baker is above that. Lord, have pity on this poor family.
Poor kid. Poor kid.
А, просто понял. Так, ну что, пойдем. Ага, он хочет, чтобы на меня напали. Понимаю. Будет стоять и ждать. Окей. Или все-таки мне что-то нужно сделать?
The caretaker. Someone must really.
Ладно, пускай стоит, пойдемте в особняк.
I'll have to find another entrance. This entrance is still in use.
Whoa!
Whoa!
You were trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
Sarah Hawkins' father sent me here to investigate the death of his daughter.
Webster, huh? I understand how he feels. But me? I want the dead to rest in peace. And that means kicking the ass of gumshoes like you.
Why would you not want me to help understand what happened here?
I've got nothing to hide. Tell me what you're doing here. And no baloney.
The police report describes a domestic accident. But Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
The mansion isn't safe. You would break your neck as sure as you're trying my patience right now.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked. And I make sure it stays that way.
You still put flowers on her grave. You cherish her memory.
Mrs. Hawkins was an exceptional person. She cared for everyone around her.
Let me shed a light on what happened to her. Give me that key.
I'm probably making a big mistake, but it won't be the first. Here, take the key and do what you have to do. Go on, then. Just to get rid of you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
Чуть не зарубил меня. Ну, и полицейский подошел такой, ну это я постоял, подумал, пока тебя пытались зарубить.
This gate is locked.
Хижина, но она, скорее всего, закрыта. Так это его хижина.
The poor wretch seems to spend the best part of his time isolated from the world.
Ну да, закрыто.
Bourbon. Empty, of course. I know a thing or two about solitude myself. Rather Spartan. The caretaker has simple tastes.
Pierce, shall we enter?
Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
Так.
Follow me. I know the place.
Так, ну что, ребят, на сегодня закончим пока. Завтра, возможно, продолжим ктулху. Всем спасибо за просмотр. Пойду отдыхать. Всем спокойной ночи. И до завтра. Давайте, ребят, всем спокойно еще раз.